Today we have a flight from Craig to Plotnikof Lake Cabin. It's a place that is added by the return to the Misty Mountains scenery, and it's situated right there. There is one other option to go all the way to Davidoff Lake Cabin. Although I do think this lake is a little bit short for my liking. And also today we might have some cloud bases that it would not be really nice to actually fly here. So that's basically our destination. If you compare it to Craig, which is there, then we have something like 90 miles to go or something like that. So I'll try to switch to see some weather. So this is the weather of Craig right now. Well, from real time. Not really sure, if it's gonna be the same in the sim. Actually, if I put on the sim, it looks kind of similar. So that's fine. If I zoom out and see if we have any weather camera, this lake is someplace there in this area, and the closest camera is either this Port Alexander or Sitka. So let's just check both. We can see any differences. All right, where we can see that, so the visibility is good, and this is also almost 3000 MSL. This one, so it should be all right. There are definitely some clouds, but it should be low enough for us. Here, yeah, we can see some clouds maybe at 1300, but again, we can fly lower, need be. And then Sitka, that looks much better, to be honest. There's basically no weather for us. But then, we are not coming there, we are coming somewhere in the middle. So let's try to check this side out. The path goes all the way to Sitka there, and what we want to see are this lake there, So regarding winds, this is a surfing wind, and if I look at the prediction, it looks to be coming from the from the east. But then again, a lot of mountains in the area, so real life, I would be really concerned about some rotors that might be there. Then it might not be that bad. Hard to say. If I look at the clouds now, this is mountain obscuration. So yeah, we don't see the mountains. And why do I have? Okay, there's some border. Yeah, okay, those are borders, and then we have our flight path. So, if I look at this, I see some dangers in very low clouds, maybe at 2000 feet. Sometimes it's just few, like here, and I believe we will be coming from the west there inland. I'll show you in the map, on the map shortly. Then we have some scattered, maybe overcast, but it should be good. The only troubles that I could see, is that if for any reason we need to go around, we would need to be really aware of these terrains. So if we have clouds at 2000 feet, that means that straight ahead it should be visible, to be climbing. And in any case, if it's not, if you see any problems while landing here, then I would start climb sooner and just, straight out, right? I believe that if I check this Sky Vector map and not that one, the whole route. So let me just quickly do that, and I will enter this Plotnikof Lake as here. So you can see that we have some 3,740 feet, and we have something, you know, this might be around 3,000 or 3,500 or something like that. So if we need to go around or something, I would just climb straight out and do at least 5,000 feet, right? If I look at the safe altitude in this sector, it actually says either 5,200 or 4,600, right? We are kind of in the on the border there. Well, actually, we have 5,200 there, but that's just for the whole sector. So if something, you know, just climb straight ahead, make sure that you are high enough before you do anything else, even if you need to go through the clouds. Yeah, so now the route. Let's start with the ending there. As I said, I would do something like that. So I would probably enter the area from here, right? So let's just quickly put it out of the way. And the reason is, I'll just show it again on here, because this has a good like elevation data, very granular. And I think that this might be the safest option, you know, how to get in. There's also this option to get in through there. But honestly, you know, there's like some terrain, and I would prefer to actually fly over here and either circle the whole land here, or maybe, you know, take a shortcut. But in any case, make sure that you are entering this one and not that one, right? It might look kind of similar. It will not be difficult to recognize this bay or this like entrance, and then it should be like the first bigger one, right? And then you just need to follow it. It might be tight in here, right? But yeah, we'll make do. If you can fly higher, then definitely fly higher. You know, you don't need to fly in between the mountains. But if not, then we'll need to go lower. At any point when you are flying here, if you are not sure, you know, if you are at the correct place, just, you know, land on the water. Don't try to overclimb the mountains. For example, if you turn here, then you might have have an option to turn there to the right, but maybe it's better to just land, you know, turn around and take off again. You all will be flying amphibians, right?
So Thomas,
Yeah.
yeah, I joined a little bit late, Thomas. I'm still on my Cessna. So where are you guys flying to?
With the
What's your
floats, I hope.
destination?
Do
What's that?
you have the floats now on the
No,
Cessna?
I don't. I mean, I just couldn't get time. I know I was going to do it, but I don't. I'm going to find an airport nearby wherever you're going.
We are flying here, and I will show it to you on the Sky Vector. So this is our destination, and I believe the closest airport might be all the way there, Sitka.
Oh, all the way there.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is a lot of like ports, but just give it a try. You know, I believe that if you just load the floats, then you're fine. You know, shouldn't be that
Okay,
difficult.
I will try. Now, how do you pinpoint this destination? Is that like a location, or are you just
In
picking a
here, no,
random?
no, I just right click and plan like the GPS coordinates.
Oh, the
As you
GPS
can see,
coordinates.
I don't have any destination there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So I'm basically, you know, just doing this here.
And you're going like northwest, I guess now from.
Yep, yep.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll see if let me see if I can configure. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
And as far as airspace is, we don't really have anything. We have some marine area, so let's try to avoid them a little bit or fly high. And yeah, I'll do something like that and just take it along the coast. There. Should be fine. This is a whale bay there. And regarding this, let's actually do something like that one. And for here, how to take it. I don't know, maybe there. And maybe I just circle this island from the left and then from the right. Yeah, that seems like a good plan to me. Maybe I'll just select this one here as my first point from where I will just time from where I will just time it. Right. Like, well, this is not a good place. This little island might be. So this I will just fly without any, timing, and then I will try to time my legs a little bit. Other than that, I don't think that we really need to go into anything else, and we can actually go and fly. Right?
Sounds good.
All right. In that case, I'll wish you happy flying, and see you there. So, let's go for it. Carburetor air. Let's see if my controls are working. Yes, cold and cold. And I also wanted to generate my nav log there. Okay. Let's fill in the altitude and speed. So speed, let's say 130. Altitude, I will just fly at 1000 feet. So let's try that again. Okay. Oh, not that one. This one. My favorite one. Alright, that's quite big. Just put it there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, 130 seems to be quite right. Okay. In case I need to put it there, I'll just make sure that my map is the correct place there. Something like that should be good. We have Ketchikan, yes. We covered it in Ketchikan. Not really, but we can start with it. And then we will switch. I see something. Who's there? Oh, I really need to fix my model matching. He's with the with the wheels. Well, anyway. So, propeller control, decrease RPM. So let's decrease. Good. All right, flaps are up. Fuel tank selector, discharge tank. Okay, so let's do both. Fuel cutoff valves on. And the second. And okay, wobble pump. I believe that was that one. That one. Okay. Fuel pressure has been set to 6. All right. Emergency ignition switch on. Mixture idle cutoff. Pump throttle 4 to 8 strokes depending on temperature. So where is the outsider temperature? It should be there, 10 degrees, so I believe just 4 will be enough. 2, 3, 4. Alright, maybe 5. Throttle. So I will first start the right engine. And the reason is that I'm just facing there, and if anything, I want to turn left, not right. Okay. Okay, so magnetos both on the right engine. Okay. Just right. Okay, magnetos both, and then we can engage the starter. And we will put the mixture to automatic reach once the engine catches. Well, let's see. Turn right away. Fuel pressure. Sorry, oil pressure. Good. Oh, this doesn't really work, so we'll just hit this here. No, doesn't have any control, unfortunately. Let's just do this. Right there. Yeah. It wants to turn into the wind, you know, very badly. Right, let's start the other one. And it turns like crazy. Try to lower the landing gear. The landing gear works as an anchor, so let's use it. Oh, not anymore. Yes. What's happening? Do we have land here? I don't like it. Oh, let's just go around. Up the box. Let's see what kind of TDEV is 120.9. So let's tune it in. Oh, there's another Grumman. Let's try to turn left.
Auto control views on the water, right? unreadable. Airborne at 1000 feet passing to the northwest, Plotnikof Lake.
So let's say that we have like 59. Our first fix, so it should take us like 6 minutes to get to the next. So I expect to be there at like 05. And we should be flying from here on something like to 901. Maybe let's climb a little, or just increase the power a bit. Outer ridge. I increased power and I started descending. Nice flight model. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting descending now, climbing.
Someone speaking on 120.9 about that is just static. Not you, Gina, I got you.
Okay.
Just now. You replied to my radio check, so can't be you.
There's some lag. I don't know where to switch it on. lights are alright. Yeah, so that's basically this island there. Should take it a little bit from the right. This artifact there, it keeps popping up from time to time. Sometimes it's gone. Okay, so that was this. Basically follow the same course, 297. It's, you know, quickly put something like that there. But most importantly, just keep aiming when we clear this island. We will keep aiming for that island, but we will check it from the left a little bit. And it should take us around. This took us 6 minutes, and it should take us like 12 minutes flying. Right. They are faster. Where is my leather yoke? The water physics for sure are really disappointing.
Yeah, they are. I struggle to, well, taxi to anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I ended up just taking off just to get in the air, and I forgot the flaps. I wondered why do I need 90 knots to take off? Because I didn't have flaps deployed, but I got airborne somehow.
Yeah. It was actually, you know, it just wanted to point into the wind, and even if I just added quite a bit of power on my right engine, it just wouldn't turn left. You know, full left rather, power on the right engine, and I even dropped the invisible water rudder, you know, that this plane doesn't normally have. And it didn't help, it just didn't want to turn.
Yeah, I'm on the Simworks Studio Discord, the developer of the Kodiak, and they said apparently a known issue with MSFF water physics, because even if you have a water rudder, you need to go a certain speed for the rudder to actually have an effect, and that speed is way higher than it would be in real life.
Well, in real life, it's enough to go like 2 knots, and already the water rudder should work, at least somehow.
Yeah, that's not enough in MSFS, because if you accelerate, you are so fast already that you start crashing into things because your turn radius is so high already.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, from how they explain it, it's pretty much impossible to make an aircraft with decent water handling in 2020.
Do you know if it's any better in 2024?
No, they just started making the conversions of the aircraft to the 24 simulator, so I guess I won't know for at least a few more months.
Personally, I've said to myself that I will wait until November, and then I will investigate if it's worth switching over or not yet. Until then, I won't even waste time, you know, contemplating.
I guess I'll invest in a new computer sometime in a few months, I think. Regardless of switching the simulators or not, because it's gonna get more expensive.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, invest in hardware. Return of investment is my enjoyment. Can't be measured in money.
Oh, but it can.
Yes. Just happens to be a value which I can use to justify it for myself. Purchase.
By the way, I saw one more goose on the water. Who's flying that? Eugene?
Yep. That'd be me.
And which one? The Asobo one? Or Big Radials?
The Asobo.
Does it handle water any better?
No, it does not.
Okay.
No water levels.
Yeah. Well, I ended up just, entering the slew mode, moving, in the middle of the lake, and then, taking off.
Yeah, it wouldn't turn left for me, so I just did a 270-degree right turn and thought, yeah, good enough, I'll just take off now.
Yeah, I would have done that, but my nose was already in the dock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, too bad. You can't really moor, even if you're close to the dock, you can't really moor anything, so...
Yeah. And this thing even has the visual anchor, but it does nothing.
Right.
I don't know why they bothered to even put it there.
Yeah, for immersion, you can imagine it does something. Maybe. Probably.
But anyway, I'm coming up on this Cape Decision lighthouse.
Actually has a little beacon light.
Yeah.
Thomas, I'm not interested behind you because I can see the same view that you're seeing.
Sorry, Suresh, you are a little bit less loud, and I have very loud engines. So, if you can try to speak up.
No, I said, I think I'm right behind you. Because I can see the same view that you're seeing.
That's possible.
Yeah, because I can see, I'm looking at your Twitch also. So, what I see at my window is what I see in yours.
Okay.
But I switched to the slopes. I don't know how it's going to land. And I don't think I got the destination rate correctly, but somewhere close by, so we'll see.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Are you going to the right of this mountain or to the left?
I'm going left. I was just avoiding this maritime area.
I could hear everybody on 20.9.
I could hear everybody, but I just didn't speak.
Now, when I
You were
switched
too
to
busy raging at the bad water, I think.
So, Thomas, a question for you. When I switch to the floats, do some of the settings change? Because I used to have an autopilot and all that, none of that is working. Is that possible? Or is it more dependent on the type?
Do you use just the inbuilt controls, or do you have some external program?
Well, I might have programmed it a long time ago for example, the autopilot. That doesn't work today. But that's okay. Time flying is okay. But some of the other things, I just moved from a 172 to 172 with float. And quite a few things have messed up. I don't know if that has to be reprogrammed.
I don't have an answer for you because I don't use Microsoft Flight Simulator control in it. I have like a separate program for it. So I wouldn't know, unfortunately.
I know that different planes and RSFS interpret the control bindings differently. So it could be that your key bindings are messed up because for some reason the float 172 interprets certain keyboard events differently from the real 172. It's just conjecture, to be honest.
Which is really strange, to be honest.
Yeah, it's both are solo planes, so it doesn't make any sense. Why would it do that?
Just because it can.
Yeah, maybe. It's not about why, it's about why not.
Yes.
Oh, forgot to turn on my actual climate thingy. Oops. Oh, well. Got pretty much everything. Oh well.
They actually suggest that what you can do best is if there is a place to just, you know, after you land, just beach the aircraft and, you know, put it on land instead of... Yeah.
I think I'll just set my weather to clear skies and zero wind, so I won't drift anywhere.
But that would rob you of so much. Or you just like thinking of like switching it back as you take off.
Oh, it's just after landing, set it to clear, and maybe for taxiing and then for takeoff you
Okay.
just set the weather to live and then put in power and hope for the best.
Alright.
Just for the ground handling. Otherwise it's just borderline unusable, to be honest. We were lucky that we have had low winds.
Yeah. That's true.
I remember trying to fly this in like 15 knot winds and it would just weather rain into the wind no matter what I did on the water.
Yep. I also wonder, how do float planes do like the engine run up? Because you cannot brake, right?
Yeah. I guess I just do it while it's still tied to the dock. And if you're not tied to anything, you just skip it.
Or you just, if you have enough space, you just do it, you know, while taxiing, basically.
Yeah. Like the water where we just departed from was like 10,000 feet, so it's 5,000 of that for your runner.
Yeah.
Or you can just taxi back.
But I miss my Comanche already.
Yeah, it must be hard coming from a high fidelity atom to whatever this is.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, even Comanche, they kind of fixed the ground handling, you know, they implemented it through code, so I would think that it should be also possible to do, you know, on the waterplane.
Yeah. Is there a Comanche variant for floats?
No. And I don't expect they would do that because they don't own Comanche with floats, and they wouldn't be able to get the numbers and handling right.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
After all, if you attach such a big, you know, windbreakers below your fuselage, I guess it just makes a lot of drag.
Yeah, I guess it makes quite a difference in an aircraft with a retractable gear.
Yeah, and imagine those those flows there.
Yeah. For the Kodiak it makes a difference, but not that much to be honest. It needs slightly more power, 10-15% to reach its cruise speeds, but that's about it.
But you say that the Kodiak, you know, handles on the water also very badly, right?
Yeah, it's a simulator thing, not an aircraft thing.
That's really strange because even in FSX, you know, if you had those wood rudders, they just worked, even at small speed, slow speed.
Yeah, I guess because they redid the flight model, all of that went out the window, and then I guess they at some point they were just pressed for time and had to release.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how it behaves in 2024.
Yeah. Because I think it just, I don't know, maybe it just dropped off the radar. They had more pressing issues, and time was up. So I'm guessing we do the announcements on Multicom. What's it called? Plotnikof.
Or you just don't do the announcements. I believe that, you know, it's a cabin and normally it's not even, you know, a private field, it's nothing.
Yeah.
I will just forego the announcements today. But of course, feel free. If anywhere I would do it either on Unicom or maybe on this 122.9er we've been using for this.
Yeah, I think I'll forego today.
I just turned around Cape Omanay.
Yeah, I'm past that already.
And now I'm following the coast. And hope that I can pinpoint the whale bay.
But using the check-in today.
I should reach the whale bay at around 14, maybe a little bit sooner. Here to the left, to the west, there is a great and big Pacific Ocean. And Gene, that Asobo Grumman has the retractable floats, right? Under the wing.
No, it doesn't. They're stuck.
They're stuck.
They're always stuck.
I thought they should be retractable for that version.
Not that I can figure out.
And what about the modal? Doesn't it show any kind of place for them to retract to?
No, they really look like they're fixed.
Ah, okay. All
Like
right.
on the big radials, are they retractable?
No, on that they are not retractable. But I have this older version. With a very old cockpit.
Yeah. I was looking on Flight Sim TO and they've got a Grumman Goose model called a Ruby that does have retractable floats.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't think it was, for some reason I just didn't like it.
Okay. So, where we are. Yeah, there are a lot of inlets like that. I think that we might be at this position there right now, obviously there to the west, because I see kind of longer one in, and then that one, and that one. I can see even some small islands before that, so I believe we might be there. We'll see. It would make next inlet behind this a bit shorter. I'll just keep the map there, flying. So that one is this, and that one should be this one, and then there should be a slightly longer one there, so we'll see. think the clouds are pretty high, so if we are able to turn in sooner, that means basically find this one there and fly in. Then let's do that. That should be the next one actually. But do we want to? Yeah, we would actually need to fly over and then join that one. Let's see how that goes. That one should be very narrow and then be a little bit wider inland, so let's confirm that is actually what we see. Oh, we have a friend there. That's actually exactly what we see. In that case, this next one, inland, should theoretically be able to lead us directly to Plotnikof Lake, you know, if we follow the course there. Let's do that. Altitude here. It seems to be this is 1,000, so this is like 1,500, might be even 2,000. That's better not. Let's try it. I will climb a bit higher for this. All the way to 2,500. That one, right? Well, we'll land there and we'll see. like our lake. Let's get down. They're dropping fast. That would have been a tight turn. Let's actually slow down a bit. Deploy some flaps. Yep. It's lower. Was I too fast? It's probably too fast. Let's go down. Take it ashore or what? Drop the gear. or there, I guess. That's the parking brake. Okay. Just gonna allow the engines to cool a bit. Okay. Okay. Everything's off. Close this box. Okay, so that's it. We are there. Yeah, the water handling has a lot to be desired, but otherwise I believe it was quite fine. And I will be happy to see you next time. Until then, happy and safe flying.